the day on which the enemies of Allah will be herded and gathered towards the fire, فَهُمْ يُوزَعُونَ, then they're going to be broken up into regiments. They're going to be organized and broken up into regiments. This yuza'un was also used for the army of Sulaiman, where the regiments of jinn and the regiments of birds and the regiments of human beings were made. حَتَّى إِذَا مَا جَاءُوهَا شَهِدَ عَلَيْهِمْ, until the very moment when they come before him, he testifies against, what testifies against them? شَهِدَ عَلَيْهِمْ سَمْعُهُمْ وَأَبْصَارُهُمْ وَجُلُودُهُمْ, their hearing and their eyes and their skin starts testifying against them, بِمَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ, because of the things they used to do. So now you have a witness against you. You know, you go to court and you say, who's the witness? This crime was done without a witness, so the guy can walk scot-free unless there's a witness. Now who's Allah calling as a witness? Your own ears, your own eyes, and your own skin. So you're looking for a witness on the outside and your skin starts talking. And you're, like at this point, you're creeping out because your ears are talking, and your eyes are talking, and your skin is talking about the things you did. And then, and of course, these are always witness to what we do. Right? You might think, hey, nobody's around. My skin, next time you look at your skin, and you're about to do something wrong, you're like, yeah, no. Just the fact that my ears are, just feel the ears. Oh God, you're going to be testifying against me, aren't you? I can't do it. I mean, Allah changed our perspective on even on our own body doesn't have loyalty to us. وَقَالُوا لِجُلُودِهِمْ, they say to their skins, لِمَا شَهِدْتُمْ عَلَيْنَا, why are you testifying against us? We're one, man. You're on our team. You're my skin. قَالُوا أَنْطَقَنَا اللَّهُ الَّذِي أَنْطَقَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ, Allah gave the ability to speak today. The one who, He gave us the ability to articulate, to pronounce words. The one who gave everything its ability to speak. Everything has its speech. The skin has its speech, the eyes have a speech, the ears have a speech, the rock and the bird and the tree have a speech, the mountains have speech. They sang along with Dawud alayhi salam. وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ إِلَّا يُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِهِ وَلَكِنْ لَا تَفْقَهُونَ تَسْبِيحَهُمْ. Is there anything in existence that doesn't continually declare the perfection of Allah? You just can't understand how they do it. You don't understand the form of their tasbih. Today, Allah gave us the power to speak, the one that gives anything its power to speak. وَهُوَ خَلَقَكُمْ, and He's the one who created you, أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ, the first time around. He created you the first time around, and He had given you the ability to speak the truth and behave properly. And of course, if He engineered you one way the first time, He can engineer you differently the second time. So the Nouman 2.0 and the Abdul Karim 2.0 and the Suhail 2.0 and the Aisha 2.0 is a version of me and you that the skin can speak and the eyes can speak and the ears can speak. It's a different version of us. It's not the same. You know, mithlahum, Allah said before, it's going to be you, but it's going to be like you. It ain't exactly you. It's like you. وَإِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ, and to Him you have been returned. You were going to be returned. And to Him you have returned. You have been returned rather. Sorry. وَمَا كُنْتُمْ تَسْتَتِرُونَ, and you weren't hiding anything at all. You thought you've been hiding stuff? You thought you had secrets? تُغْطِيَ or تغطية الشيء لإخفائه. This is satr, to cover something up so you can hide it. You can completely keep it hidden. You think you had cover-ups? Nobody found out about what you were up to? أَنْ يَشْهَدَ عَلَيْكُمْ سَمْعُكُمْ وَلَا أَبْصَارُكُمْ وَلَا جُنُودُكُمْ. You never thought about the fact that your ears, your hearing, your seeing, your skin is going to be talking against you? وَلَكِنْ ظَنَنْتُمْ أَنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَعْلَمُ كَثِيرًا مِمَّا تَعْلَمُونَ. However, you had the confident assumption that Allah does not know a lot of stuff that you do. Allah has no idea about. Allah has no clue. You know, there are some in philosophy who do believe in a God, but believe in a God as though they give the parallel in philosophy of a player that kicked a ball and it's rolling. So God created the universe, He kicked this ball, it's rolling, now it's running on its own. Once I kick the ball's not under my control anymore. It's rolling on its own. So God did the big things, now He's out of the picture. He doesn't know what we're up to. He's not a thinking, living being, etc., etc. They have these abstract concepts about God, and these kinds of ideas have even infiltrated some ranks of Muslims. It's very tragic. Because to be impressed with that form of philosophy, you really have to be distant from the Qur'an. And then when you know what they do? They study all this philosophy for a long time, right? and they study all these ideas and these secondary texts, even Muslim philosophers, they study them first. And they study them and they study them and they study them until that becomes a permanent fixture in their thinking. Then they start studying the Qur'an. And when they study the Qur'an, they make the Qur'an submit to the philosophy that's already ingrained in their head. So the Qur'an has to now be looked at figuratively, or this is not really saying something. I've even read literature written by some contemporary Muslim authors who say things like when God says that your skin will testify against you, or that you're going to burn, or that there's going to be boiling water. These are just like, you scare your child. If you don't go to sleep, the boo is going to get you. The ooga booga is going to come. Okay, I'll go to sleep. Yeah, you better go to sleep because you don't want me to get him. I do psychological experiments with my children, I'll admit. You better do your homework. No, but I don't want to do my homework. Oh yeah, you want me to turn into the Abba monster? No, not the Abba monster. I can't help it, I'm changing. It's changing. Okay. I started doing the homework. It doesn't work anymore, now they got older. 11-year-old, I said, Abba monster, yeah, but yeah. Please do it. Do it. That's what she tells me. It backfires. So that's why they say, these philosophers say, you know what? Human beings were not evolved or mature enough, these Arabs, because they weren't sophisticated university professors. So Allah talked to them in these childish terms about hell and your skin will testify against you. So they're like, oh no, my skin. So they get scared like kids. But now that we're mature, we know that this was just God's way of encouraging them to do good. We are above these kinds of primitive motivations. We can just be good for the sake of being good. That's not what really Allah is saying in the Qur'an. We have to look at it from the lens of, a highly mature adult, not the children that, the original audience was, ma'adallah. This is like you're so smart that you're smarter than the final revelation of Allah. That's how smart you've become somehow. What Allah revealed to us subhanahu wa ta'ala fits what we need to hear. And that university professor, when his skin starts talking on Judgment Day and he says he's trying to figure out a figurative explanation for it, then the skin itself is going to be reciting those ayat and say, how figurative does this look to you? How abstract is this philosophy now? And he's going to be dumbfounded at that time. Oh, Allah doesn't know a lot of what we're doing. And then the other thing, God is busy doing big things. He's got bigger problems to deal with. He's got earthquakes to stop and meteor showers and, black holes in the universe. He's not worried about the app on my phone or what I downloaded the other day. He's not worried about that. He's not worried about what little glance I looked over there a little bit. Yeah, no big deal. Why are you stressing out so much? Chill out, man. Take it easy. يَعْلَمُ خَائِنَةَ الْأَعْيُنِ. Forget that. He knows the glance of the stealing of the eyes, the dishonesty of the eye. He knows even that much, a little bit. Why you overworked? You're thinking about it too much. Muslims can develop a concept about Allah that is completely contradictory to the teachings of the Qur'an. One of the greatest benefits of the Qur'an is you have the right understanding of who Allah is and what He wants from you. That's the most important thing that come out of a reading of the Qur'an. You understand, at least at the very basic level, who is Allah, how does He deal with people, what does He expect from us, what are the kinds of people that should have hope in Him, what are the kinds of people that should be worried about their behavior. At least that much comes out, the right attitude comes out of the study of Qur'an. May Allah Azza wa Jal give the Muslims and the humanity the right attitude. وَذَلِكُمْ ظَنُّكُمُ الَّذِي ظَنَنْتُمْ